Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. I am here with you with a hidden or not so hidden agenda to find out which decks are you taking along with you or using in the nature. So it will be the hashtag decks into the nature, and I would be happy if you would show me the decks that you are using solely or in the nature. I have a deck or few that I am using solely in the nature, sorry, or related to the nature. And by nature, I mean if you are going outside, be it your own garden or trying to tap into energy of some place or some object in the nature, like a huge rock or lake or a spring or something. Have you ever felt that you want to know more about this place, or who is here with you, or what this place wants to maybe teach you, or why did you found this beautiful place if you didn't mindfully go in there, etc. So these types of things. And surely we take walk in the park and everything. Do you take any decks with you, and do you use them outside to tap into different whatever rituals or informations you are tapping in? And if you do, please show your decks and tell how maybe you are using them. And my hidden agenda behind this is maybe I will find some new beautiful decks to add to my list to get, or maybe we can give ideas to each other with this tag, etc, etc. And then the point 2, or the second part of this, when you have done showing your decks, maybe show an example that has been really powerful message you got in the nature or from the nature, someone, entity, whatever, however you are using. I'm not going into specifics because I have no idea how you use the outside forces. So this type of thing. Share a card or two that you pulled, or the energy message that you got that felt so powerful, or that you want to share with us. This is it. Let's go. First, I will show 2 decks that are for general readings in nature, not precisely tapping into specific things or specific rituals or specific energies, just pretty much general. And these are the Green Witch Tarot, not at all season related, anytime, anywhere. Any question, nothing too specific. So the Green Witch Tarot. Next, same as the Green Witch, is the Druidcraft. Although this one I am using for sometimes getting some sort of specific messages from, I don't know, let's say, who is guarding this place? What do you have maybe to tell, what I have to know, etc. This one, not only general readings, sometimes for specific answers or energies as well. Druidcraft. Next, same, but this deck I am dreading to take. I would carry this one along with me all the frigging time, but I'm afraid to harm it, and I went through impatient waiting. This is the only one deck that I have not been able to contain my impatient self or overcome impatience when I was waiting for this deck, and I would so take it with me more than I am now. I'm still doing it, but really mindfully, and when it's raining or it's winter, it's a no-no. I don't want to harm this deck. I really would love to have a second copy of this one, because I want to use it more than I do right now. And again, general readings in the nature, or like the Druidcraft, maybe specific local vibes or messages I want to maybe get or ask when I'm at, I don't know, wandering around in the forest and finding this huge rock in there, or this spring out of nowhere. And I have usually a few decks with me, mindfully taken this or that. I usually take something with me, and then on the spot, if I feel like it, I take out one of those decks and just ask maybe, why am I here? What do I have to learn or get from this? What vibes, whatever. Maybe I have to do something here, leave something here, or take something from there. If it's a spring, maybe some water, or drink it, or what, something like that. So it's weird connection with spaces in the nature, or places in the nature. So these were the general readings, also decks. Next, what I'm using precisely for the messages from the either guardians of the place, or maybe guardians who are with me. What do I have to do or know, or what message, etc. So for these things, I am using the Enochian Tarot. Subliminal something, messages from the nature, elementals or creatures, or however they are called, whoever is wandering around there, or what vibes the place has, etc. Who lives here? What can I do for you? So Enochian Tarot for these types of things. Same with the Wildwood Tarot. This one is one of the basic decks I'm carrying around a lot for whatever questions regarding to the place I either mindfully went, or yeah, sometimes we just subconsciously are drawn to some place, and sometimes we stumble upon places, so then I If I feel I have to, I grab a deck and I ask why I'm here, why I was drawn here, who is here, etc. So, Wildwood Tarot or with these types of things. Then the Shapeshifter's Tarot. Now this one is solely not only outside, I use that indoors also, but the shapeshifter vibes, the guardians of me, the messengers of from the other side, the shamanic beings that are either with me or with the place. What are their vibes? Who are they? What are their messages? Etc. These types of things. What is this place? What was in here? Why am I here? Whatever, these types of questions. And with this deck I ask only the shapeshifter type of, let's say, people. Shapeshifter Tarot. Next is the newest addition to my deck collection, and this is the Guardian Tarot. Initially I thought this is the three people only, or three guardians, three souls, but trees. Yet now I have discovered it is overall guardians. It might be the trees, it might be the water body, it might be the rock, or something else, some object in nature that has its own guardians, or the area that has the guardians for it, something like that. So this deck is pretty universal for that, and I'm so happy that it is not limited only to trees, although I would have been pretty content if it would have been trees only. Trees are everywhere, etc., but I can use this for not trees only, but the entities in the surroundings. Guardian Tarot. Same reason as Guardian Tarot is the Tarot of the Sheep. The little guardians of the nature, the little elementals, the types of beings that maybe are not connected to a specific place or a specific thing or object in nature, but they are roaming around everywhere and tinkering with things, and messing with people, doing their own little pranks. I have experienced some pranks from the types of little, I don't know, creatures. She's. We have a lot of different names locally for the she's. They are maybe all in English are the she's, according to the Celtic thing, but in here every type of, not only elementals, but every type of little creature have their own purpose and also their own name and their own characteristics, how they act, what they are doing, how they are doing, are they friendly or are they maybe offensive, etc. Lots of stories in our local folk history and tales of those creatures, and these two decks, the Guardians and the She, are the perfection to tap into this type of information. So the Tarot of the She. Next is the one and only Oracle deck that I'm using. Again, generic messages from every place. The what should I know, what should I do, who is here, etc. The Wicca deck. Or what should I notice? What is this place for? What should I do here? This came up to me. So, and I looked around, I found a perfect branch for creating myself a wand. So, these types of things. Wicca deck. Or who is here, or who has message for me, and or in God it appears. So, you know. Now we are down to last ones, and these last two decks I am using for rituals or actions, not the vibes, not the messages from someone or the place itself, but what should I do, the action based, or like I call it in general ritual based. What should I do in here in this moment, or what experience should I like bring with me from this place? So, and these are the Gaian tarot. What I love about this deck is it is so laminated out of them all, except Tarot of the She. This as well is so laminated that I don't fear to use it in the snow or even on the snow. Of course, I'm not laying the whole deck into the snow, but putting the card on the actual surface of the snow or ice or the whatever. Even if it's slightly raining, I have used it already. And yeah, since Diane was so kind and sent me the French edition of this one, and so I have the spare, so to speak. I'm not afraid of using it, and if anything happens to it, so be it. It will be part of the experience, and that doesn't mean I'm like careless or not mindful where I'm leaving the deck, etc. But rituals in nature. What should I do? What should I know? What should I look at? What should I know about doing some things, like we have the piece of land and we are starting to build and create, and where something will be going. This deck has been helping me a lot to locate the perfect places for different elements that I want to create on this land, like maybe the oven or the sitting area or the sacred places, etc. This deck has been showing me the way to how to use the land itself. Cayenne Tarot. And the last one is that I actually haven't yet used, but this I feel it will be ritual based, which means what rituals are the greatest or best to do at this point of time, and how to carry them out, etc. So the Mother Peace Tarot, this I plan to use a lot in a group setting and for myself, and creating this sacred spaces on the land. So which actions, rituals are the best, or maybe expected, or giving the best results for whichever thing we have at hand, or maybe even general messages coming through, like the shaman or something like that. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't root for it. Others I have tried multiple times. I'm so content and happy with those, but this one I have to try it out. I will most certainly let you know along the path how it will be playing out. Will my expectations for this deck be fulfilling, or maybe it will lead me to another path completely? Not rituals, maybe. I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet. So these are my Mother Peace, and these are my Nature Then Nature decks. Now for the example, with the same piece of land, when we first started out in there to figure out where something is, where we can build something, what we even have on the piece of land there, because we actually didn't go it through inch by inch before purchasing, because the price was so cheap. It didn't even matter the vibe, everything, the location, everything was so perfect. The dream we had to create on this, for this, everything just was perfect. So we didn't pick on little details and go through everything. Therefore, we allowed ourselves to have pleasant surprises. Not a single unpleasant surprise so far. By now we have scoured through every inch of this place, but then we didn't. And I accidentally stumbled upon this is like overgrown, nobody has lived there for a while, and this is like part of the nature already, and we have to modify it to be more accessible and clear out some spaces, etc. So in the wooded area, there were so much overgrowth and a huge tree in front of it, and then one fallen tree there. We didn't go back there, and I was scouring around with my cards and the singing bowl, because my drum is broken. I would have been drumming as hell in there, but I was having only singing bowl, and I pushed aside the branches of the tree that was in front of there, and behind it I was facing the huge glacial boulder rock nothing, nowhere around is not a single rock. Everything is from the field or created as a fence by the 100 years ago who owned this place. And there it was, like a huge rock, and this was like a dream come true, because these kinds of big rocks have throughout the history been the places, the sacred places where the main rituals, the main sacred things have been done, the sacrifices, the offerings, the everything have always usually connected to these types of large rocks. And lo and behold, we have this rock. I was over the moon. I immediately, when I was over the excitement moment, I immediately pulled out my cards and sat in there, let the singing bowl sing, and I asked, who is here and what message they have for me. And I used the wildwood for this and the Wicca pack. From the Wicca pack I got the chalice, the fertility. What's the message? The message immediately was that the plans we have for this land will be fertile, and the place itself, as I asked around this area of the boulder or the rock, the place itself has the tree in there that has the cones. What is this? This is not pine, this is the spruce, large spruce tree, and some smaller are in there. So the place shows potential, and I got the confirmation that if I want to use it for what I am planning to, this is acceptable and even expected from me, because you can see the dove bringing the offering into this chalice, and the salmon, of course the rainbow, the dreams coming through, the salmon jumping out, showing that the potential is so huge, the tribe, the possibilities will be presented. So I got this, and then just took 2 random cards as I asked who is there or what's in there. I got the shaman and 9 of bows, the respect. So these 2 guys or powers or the ancient spirits are guarding this place and holding this place sacred. The respect tells me immediately that respect this area, and we will stand beside you, we will stand behind you, and we will protect fiercely of what you have, and we will help with our powers and knowledge. So I cried in there, and this guy has this frame ready in here for the hut or the We call them pystkoda, which means standing home or something like that, standing home. So this is exactly what we want to do in there, and having this type of fierce guardian who demands respect but is not offensive unless you are offensive to his surroundings and himself or his powers. That around this boulder or rock, every time I go there, I feel the enormous powerful thing. I just sometimes put my hands on the rock and stand there, and I come out from this place like full of power and full of want and need to do it and accomplish, and with new ideas, which is really interesting. And yes, I have left them some little things on the rock and around it. So I bring sunflower seeds or coins or well, pyrite. What else I have put in there? I can't recall right now. Something, dried herbs. Well, every time I go there, I pay my respects to the guardians. And the shaman, again, this is like the thing I want to create in there. This little place or village full of Stone Age or Bronze Age type of living conditions and primitive, beautiful way of being. When you come there, you don't have to worry about your phones, your electronics, everything. You just leave them behind. You can be free in there. You can just feel how the mundane or the everyday rush and life is just gone, and the track of time is not important anymore. So this type of freedom place for myself, for my family, for my close ones, and eventually for the guests, for other people, and whoever wants to experience this. When the whole thing is ready, this place will be welcoming them to experience things and maybe learn how to be living more simple life without all the gadgets and all the comforting things for a change. So yeah, these two guys, and this left a huge mark into my soul, and also I felt welcomed in there. And I will share the other story that is connected to the land, which is really somewhat creepy and somewhat interesting, in a separate video, because it is not related to the text, to the tag. So this was kind of rambly. I forget even the name of the tag. So decks into the nature hashtag. Please show us the decks that you use with or in the nature, and maybe share one of your readings or experiences that you got using any deck or decks in the nature that left a powerful feeling in you. So this is my little tag. I would be loving it if you would participate in it and use the hashtag in the tags section when you're uploading, because in anywhere else I can't search it or find it. It doesn't come up. All the keywords that are used in the actual tags section are searchable in the YouTubes. So if it's only in the title or in the description box, then it's not searchable. So put the tag in the tags box and then I can find you, or let me know down below in here that you did it and you want me to see it, and I would be loving it to see your decks, your experiences, and probably learn from you also. Thank you for watching and bye!